Hello, my name is Grace Tarenko, and today I will be providing a brief overview of social psychology. In today's presentation, I will be discussing social psychology and its subtopics. The following will be explained. The topics discussed will be divided into sections, and I will be providing timestamps to make navigating between each topic easier. Keep in mind that not all subtopics that fall under social psychology are included, so further research into Chapter 12 is encouraged for a deeper understanding. Now, if you've never delved into the world of psychology, you may not understand the concept of social psychology. So, what is social psychology? Social psychology refers to the ways in which people affect other people. It examines how a person's thoughts, feelings, or behaviors are influenced in social situations. You may wonder why people change under certain circumstances, or why they change in social situations. Now, this typically happens when a person is put into a situation in which they have never experienced beforehand, leading to confusion. And with no prior knowledge, we often look at other people to model how we should act, look, or behave. To understand exactly why people change, we must first understand what changes and what factors lead to these changes. To start off, we could define behavior. Now, behavior is an action or response, a product of both the situation and the person. It can change from situational and dispositional influences. Another term is situationism. Situationism is the view that our behavior and actions are determined by our current environment and surroundings. In opposition is dispositionism, which is the view that our behavior is determined by internal factors. Now, you may ask yourself, what are internal factors? Well, internal factors are attributes of a person, including personality traits and temperament. Self-presentation. Some terms that fall under self-presentation include social roles, social norms, and scripts. Social role is a pattern of behavior expected of a person in a group or setting. For example, in nuclear families, the mother is expected to be the caretaker, doing the dishes, washing the clothes, and caring for the kids, while the father is expected to do work and provide financial stability for the family. A social norm is a group's expectation of what's appropriate and acceptable behavior for its members. Scripts are a byproduct of social roles. A script is a person's knowledge about the sequence of events expected in a setting. For example, how you act on the first day of school, when you walk into an elevator, and how you act when you're in a restaurant. Attitude and persuasion. Now we must define what attitude is. Attitude could be defined as an evaluation of a person, an object, or an idea. For example, if you have a positive attitude towards something such as drawing, you're more likely to do it as often, as your attitude towards something will be reflected in your behavior. Attitude can be affected by both internal and external factors, for example, your own will or situational pressures, respectively. Something that comes along with attitude is cognitive dissonance. According to psychologist Leon Festinger, cognitive dissonance is defined by psychological discomfort from having two or more inconsistent attitudes, behaviors, or cognitions, like thoughts, beliefs, or opinions. Festinger's theory of cognitive dissonance states that when a person experiences a conflict in their behavior, attitude, or belief that run counter to their positive perception, they experience psychological discomfort. An example, as provided by the book, is that if you believe that smoking is bad but continue to smoke, you're experiencing conflict between your belief and your behavior, therefore experiencing cognitive dissonance. After learning about cognitive dissonance, you may ask yourself, how can you remove cognitive dissonance? And it comes in a simple but not so simple solution, which is removing/changing the conflicting attitudes, behaviors, or thoughts. A term that falls under that solution is persuasion. Now, what is persuasion? Persuasion is defined as the process of changing our attitude towards something based on some kind of communication. The persuasion we experience usually comes from outside forces, like other people. A direct example of persuasion may involve me and a friend's conflicting ideas. Now, if I were to say that I believe that smoking is bad, and if my friend were to say that smoking is okay, and I changed my idea based on their opinion, I have been persuaded. Conformity, compliance, and obedience. Conformity is a change in a person's behavior to go along with the group, even if they do not agree with the group itself. Compliance is following a request or demand. Obedience is changing your behavior to please an authority figure or to avoid consequences and failing to conform by their standard. Factors that contribute to changes in any of these situations include the Asch effect, groupthink, group polarization, social facilitation, and social loafing. An example of conformity, compliance, and obedience is that of the people that abide by the law. Closing thoughts. Now, as I said in the beginning, not all subtopics or subjects that fall under social psychology are included, so further research into topic 12 is again encouraged for a deeper understanding. Specific situations that apply social psychology, such as prejudice, discrimination, aggression, and prosocial behavior, were not discussed in this presentation. So again, further research into topic 12 is encouraged. But after watching this presentation, I do hope that you have gained a brief understanding of what social psychology is and how it applies to the real world. The only source used for this presentation was the Psychology Instax, Chapter 12.